What is up, guys? It's Pete here with another Pete's Tutorials. In today's tutorial, this is our third video in the new series, How to Program in Python. So let's get to it. Alright everyone, so first thing that we're going to want to do is open up Notepad and go ahead and start a new blank document. Now what you see here might be a bunch of new and scary code. But the reality of it is, guys, is that you can do this. Going back in the videos that we've taught in tutorial 1 and tutorial 2, these things are really all you need to do this. There's a couple more things we'll be learning, um, like this percent value here and how to make it float to the third percent and decimals and all that stuff. But this is about it. So in this video, we'll be learning how to do this. This is also a new thing here, and it's called a comment. You use the number symbol here, or hashtag if you like, to create a comment. So let's go ahead and start from scratch here. So what I had was start a comment. These are very useful to do throughout your coding, just to make sure that you keep it nice and easy for people to read so that they can tell exactly what it was that you were doing. So this right here is a program that will determine a player's batting average. Now in these, really all it is this, along with just the first part of that. I just copied out a bunch so that you could have a bunch of players, but really you guys can do that on your own. We're just going to do one player here. So the first thing that you want to write down is let your person who's going to be using this program know what they're doing. So welcome to baseball. That's what I called this program. I wrote this a long time ago when I was first learning, and I was digging through my old files, and I found that this will do just fine in teaching everyone else how to program. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this so I don't have to type the whole thing out. You guys can put in here whatever you would like, but that's what I put for my intro. And then we all know this, we all know how to print and everything, right? So batter, you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call mine batter1. Since this is a program, let's go ahead and figure out what batter1's name is. So batter1, got to name that variable, equals, this is the new concept for you guys, raw input, two parentheses at the end of it. So what raw input lets us do is it takes input from the user. So you guys will see this when the program is finished, but what it's gonna be able to do is take input from someone who types in something in the command prompt once after running the program. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this in here. Again, you guys can put whatever you want, and then we've got print, enter the batter's number of hits, because the way to actually figure out someone's batting average is to divide the number of hits by the number of at-bats. And so then we'll print batter1 with semicolon to show what the user entered in. So call this one batter1 underscore hits. Define this variable so that we can put that to what the raw input was. So batter1 underscore hits is equal to the float, you remember floats, of whatever the raw input was that the user entered. And then you want to have two open close. We always do that after raw input there. So let me just get rid of that there. Okay, not three. There. So now this is assigned with whatever the user puts in. So the next thing that we're going to dictate is each batter's total at bats. This way we can divide that and figure out what they were. So these comments actually here, they won't show up in your code. This is just when someone's reading the code to figure out what they're looking at. So print, enter in the batter's number of hit at bats. So this is telling the user what they're going to be needing to write in order for the program to continue. Batter 1. And once again, the raw input, batter 1 underscore AB for at bats is equal to whatever the raw input that they put in. So raw input, like that. So this variable of their at bats will be assigned to whatever the user decides to put in. And we're getting almost done here, guys. And then we have finding the batting average, so actually doing the math and finding out what the batting average is of each batter. So here, batter 1 underscore average, and we can call that batter 1 underscore hits. So whatever they put in for their flaw, the variable here lines up with the variable here. See how Notepad makes that nice and easy for us. And hits divided by the number of this particular batter's at bats. So whatever they put in for the input there. Okay. And what we can also do here is finding their actual batting ratio. So this is just going to tell them. So this is the math, and now this is going to be showing what it is actually equal to, so making the program run. So what we're going to do here is a new thing. So this means that this particular batter, and I'll explain this all in a second, went batter 1. Let me get this all written out here and I'll explain it. Batter 1. Bat. So this is their ratio here. So what this is doing is it's saying this percent S means that whatever comes first in these paragraphs will show up here. So if we don't want to write out batter 1 underscore hits, batter 1 underscore at bats, we can just do this nice little thing with the percents, and then after your string is done, you put the percent here, and then the one you want first. So this will say this person went, let's say we entered in the raw input 6, they had 6 hits and 10 at bats, this person went 6 for 10. So that's showing the ratio. And then if we go back here and look, all I did was batter underscore 1 underscore 2 underscore 3 was did that through a whole bunch of times. As you can see, these are all the same thing. We had the hits, at bats, the raw inputs, and their average. So we figured out what their average was. And in order to print their batting average, what we did, we can find the entire team averages if you had 15 batters like I did here. But then the last thing, all we need to do is print their batting average. So once again, that's using what we learned in here with these percent signs. So the batting average, this person went that for that, his batting average is equal to %.3 floats. So what's going to happen when we're doing the division right here, you can go ahead and get rid of this though, it's just to show you guys what the percents we're doing. So what the division is going to do, it's going to give you a really big decimal. So if we divided a decimal, it won't just stop after 3, but we want it to stop after 3. So what we do here is we do percent, and then whatever these numbers are, 0.3f, what that is going to do is it's going to %.3f is it's only going to bring it to the third decimal. And when people read batting average, it's generally to the third decimal. And you see as we have this 4 here, there's 4 places. So it would be 0 point and then 3 decimals. That's why it's 4 here. So there's just some weird things that you kind of have to learn like that. But if we go ahead and run this program, then we can see that we can run this. And all we have to do is type in baseball team manager.py. Welcome to the Baseball Team Manager. First, let's get to know your team. Enter in your players' names here. This will determine the batting order. So previously I had a bunch of names, or a bunch of batters, but that was that huge code that you guys saw at the beginning of the video. This one we just have 1, and you guys can add as many as you want. Type in Pete. Number of hits, let's say I had 26 hits. And the number of bats, let's say I got up 70 times. So, Pete went 26 for 70. His batting average is 0.371. So there you go, guys. That's just a really simple program um, that you guys can learn using the tools that we've learned in these first 3 videos. So once again, guys, thanks for watching, and hit that subscribe button.